Jingle bells ringing in my ear. Jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeers are falling down. We stay up waiting for Santa tonight. He climbs down the chimney.
Hi friends, welcome back to the homestead. If you're new here, my name is Lynn. Welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. And welcome to Dipcember. Today's video is part of the collaboration hosted by Angela from The Inquisitive Farm Wife called Dipcember. I have been fortunate enough to be part of this collaboration for 4 years. I think since Angela started this. It's always fun. I actually start planning my dip recipe in August. So I can share it all with you. It's always a fun time. There's going to be quite a few prizes that are going to be drawn too during this collaboration. And how you win is you need to make meaningful comments on all the videos that you can. Watch and comment on all the videos that'll be in the playlist, and I'll list that down below in the description box. And meaningful means you can't copy and paste because YouTube algorithm knows that. So when she goes to draw from a random video, a random comment, the more detail and a little bit more thought that you put into the comment, you have a better chance of having your comment picked up by the algorithm. So make sure you make some meaningful comments. Also, there's a live on New Year's Day. I believe it's at 5 p.m. I'll put that up here. That is also going to be drawn for some prizes, and you need to be live, and that's going to be over on Angela's channel, The Inquisitive Farm Wife, on January 1st, 2026. So, what are we doing today? Well, when I saw this recipe way back in August, my first thought was one, yum, that sounds really good, and two, I bet you I could make this into a dip. I'm going to try that for Dipcember. Now, to make this dip, we first have to make a jam, and I started that yesterday. The jam we're going to make for this dip is called Winter's Delight, and it is using Pomona's pectin. I have shared Pomona's pectin recipes many times before. I will link that somewhere here or down below in the description box, the different videos where I have used it. You don't have to can this jam. I am going to be canning it just because I like to can, and I will be steam bath canning. Again, I've shown many times over the last few months steam canning. It's the same time and things as water bath. It just uses a lot less water. I have come to love it. I'm not water bath canning anymore, but you can freeze this jam. You can go through everything and then just freeze it into individual containers, so you don't have to can it if you don't want to. What you're going to need for this jam is 3 cups of whole cranberries. Mine were frozen, you can use fresh, and 2 cups of frozen strawberries. Again, you can use fresh or frozen or freeze-dried even if you want to rehydrate them. We're going to need 2 cups of sugar completely for the recipe. That's why I love Pomona's pectin. It uses a lot less sugar. This is actually the most sugar I think any jam I've used Pomona's pectin to make has had, and I'm sure it's because of the cranberries. So 1 cup of sugar, and I am using organic cane sugar, has the Pomona's pectin mixed in. That's 2 teaspoons of Pomona's pectin, 1 cup of sugar by itself, the zest of 1 orange, and all the orange pieces from that orange are pectin, which I already said you'll need 2 teaspoons of the powder, the pectin powder, and 2 teaspoons of the calcium water, which I have all mixed up here. This is spices, so the spices are going to vary on your taste. I'm going to use nutmeg and cinnamon, and that's 1/4 teaspoon each. You can use cloves, you can use allspice, just make sure it's never more than 1/4 each, and I wouldn't recommend doing more than the 2 spices, so just FYI. We're also going to be using my 4-jar canning lids for canning these. I love these lids. They've never let me down. I do have a code, Bucket List Homestead, which you can receive 10% off. Anything on the website. They've just had a huge Black Friday sale, but I'm sure there'll probably be more sales going forward, so you might want to check them out. And you will need a food processor. And that is it. Oh, obviously, if you're canning, you're going to need jars. I have 4 half pints ready and 2 1/4 pints, just in case I need more than the recipe is saying, anywhere from 4 to 5 jars, so we'll see. First, we're going to add the strawberries, the cranberry, and the orange pieces. And we just want these chopped, not necessarily pureed. This smells amazing. Okay, once you have that chopped up, we are going to add our zest. Whoops, sorry, we're going to add our oranges first. Then we're going to add the zest. Put it all in there. Our spices. Finely chopped again. We're trying not to get it to puree. Oh, it smells like Christmas. It really does, even with the strawberries. You wouldn't think it would, but it does. It smells like Christmas. So now we're going to take this mixture over to the oven and put this into a saucepan. We're going to cook this for 2 minutes before we add our sugar. Our 2 minutes is done, so now we're going to add 2 teaspoons of our prepared calcium water. 1, 2. And we're going to add our 1 cup of sugar with our pectin in it. So we're going to bring this to a boil and let it boil for 1 to 2 minutes, making sure that pectin has all dissolved. So this has been boiling for a minute, and we're going to add our last cup of sugar. Bring this back up to a boil and let it go for another 1 to 2 minutes. If you are canning the jelly, you're going to need to leave 1/4 headspace with the jars. If you're freezing this, obviously let it cool before you put it in your containers and then freeze it. So that recipe, I got 5 half pints and 1 little 1/4 pint. And while they're processing, I did save a little bit, so we're going to taste test it and see how it tastes. Oh my gosh. Well, I'll be making this again. That is absolutely amazing. Wow, that is Christmas in a jam right there. That is going to make a delicious addition to the dip we're about to make. So now that we have our jam all done, and mine is all beautifully set here. I mean, look at this color. And I have to tell you, tasting this, and I had David taste it, it is delicious. I am definitely making more of this jam. I have lots of cranberries and lots of strawberries in my freezer, so we will be making more of this. So because this is kind of my own invention of making a dip, I'm going to be adding this to cream cheese, and I'm not going to be making a huge batch. I'll probably use half this jar with half a block of cream cheese, taste it, and then see how it works. But I have a feeling it's going to be very delicious. I really do. As I said, I'm going to heat this up first just to make this a little bit easier to incorporate into our cream cheese, which our cream cheese is very room temperature, so that's going to be important too. So I'm going to go over to the stove, heat this up, and I'll meet you back here to add it to the cream cheese. Alright, so I warmed up the jam, and we're just going to add it, like I said, to half a block of cream cheese. And if I need more of either, I can add it. I'm going to whip this with my handheld mixer just because I want this kind of fluffy. that is good. Honestly though, I think I'm gonna add a little bit more jam. And I'm not gonna bother heating this part up because I heated the last batch up a little bit more than I wanted to, and it's pretty warm in there. So I think just the heat from earlier and the cream cheese is definitely room temp. That is definitely better. So I end up using the full jar of jam, and I didn't add any more cream cheese. This is plenty, half a block. So I'm gonna chill this for about 20 minutes. Prettiest dip I think I've ever made. I think there's several ways you could use this. Obviously, you could even use like a French bread or a baguette. You could use graham crackers. These are all butter cookies that we picked up because I just have not had a chance to make shortbread or anything, so we're gonna try them with that. Delicious. Oh my gosh. You could also use it with fruit too. There's so many ways you could use this. This is delicious. You have to make that jam and you have to make this into a dip. It is so good. If you like cranberry sauce, you are going to love this Winter Delight jam. It is like cranberry sauce, but taken up a notch. It is delicious. Remember, you want to make comments on all the videos that are going to be coming out all month long for your chance at some amazing prizes. I've also donated one. It's a mystery prize, so that's always fun. There are several other prizes. Angela's donating a prize, and a few of the others who are participating are donating. Plus, the other giveaway that was going to happen live January 1st, 2026. Can you believe that? 2026. On Angela's channel, and everything will be down below in the description box, including the recipe for that winter holiday jam. You have to make it. I promise you, you are gonna love it. Until then, take care, God bless, and we'll see y'all soon.